Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. I'm Mike McGuire and this is Pitch Perfect. Welcome to Pitch Perfect. This is a place for you to pitch your new business idea and get feedback and feel what it's like to be on the spot. At Pitch Perfect, we invite students from all over Connecticut to stand on the spot and pitch their business ideas to a panel of expert judges. After each pitch, our judges will decide if you and your pitch have what it takes to make it through to the next round. And if you do, then we'll help you refine your pitch before returning you to the spot again for a chance to compete in our pitch-off at the end of the season, battling it out for an all-expense-paid trip to a nationally recognized entrepreneurship conference. Today, we have two contestants, and only one will move on to the next round. Now, let's meet our panel of judges. Our first judge is Rich Fissler. Rich is a biomedical engineer who spent the last 25 years commercializing technologies for the biotech and medical device industries. Rich has worked in securing early-stage financing for a number of startups. Welcome to the show, Rich. Next is Brandon Vaughn. Brandon is a senior here at the University of New Haven. He's majoring in computer science. Brandon is an interesting judge because he's actually been on the spot. Brandon was a contestant on the show, and he brings that experience and expertise as he evaluates his fellow students. And finally, we have Dr. Candace Deal. Dr. Deal is an associate professor of accounting at Eastern State University, and she joins us for the first time here on Pitch Perfect. Okay, our panel's in place. It's time to meet our first contestant.
Hello, my name's Benjamin Miles, and I am a senior from the University of New Haven. I'm majoring in marketing, and the problem my company is trying to solve is to reduce the cost of international transfers.
Please join me in welcoming Benjamin Miles to Pitch Perfect with his idea called Crypto International Transfers. Benjamin, you're on the spot. You've got 2 minutes. Go.
Hello, I'm Ben from CIT, Crypto International Transfers. Our startup wants to tackle the issue of international money transfer costs. Transferring money is very expensive. My French friend Max had to pay $15 on international transfer. This was the cheapest option he found. He looked at many options, even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they were too risky and complicated for him. Max didn't like to pay $15, but he could afford it. In Dubai, you have 3 million Indian workers. They are taxi drivers, construction workers, gardeners, all hard labor jobs. They save money and send back money to their families in India every month. Imagine how much a $15 fee represents to them. We want to help these people. An excellent way to reduce their money transfers cost is to use cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies were designed to help people transfer money at no costs. Unfortunately, they are not user-friendly. We have identified a process that helps hardworking, economical immigrants gain access to the benefits of cryptocurrencies easily and without risk. We would transfer and convert the immigrants' money from Dubai to their Indian bank accounts in a very short time. Simple, secure, cost-efficient. We would test our proof of concept in Dubai, where Indian transactions are counted in the tens of millions. Once the concept is proven, we could implement our process with the biggest players in the industry like Western Union Bank. We at CIT will need your help in order to help our world.
Benjamin, Awesome idea.
Yep.
Well done.
Thank you.
How did you come up with this? Where did the idea come from?
So last semester, I actually studied abroad in Italy, and they have a big refugee crisis there where people from Africa are moving into Europe. So I was thinking about how to bring down transfer costs over there, but then when I met my friend Max, who is from France, and he has to transfer money because he goes to school in the US every month.
Well, he didn't want to spend the
He didn't want to
money
spend
the whole
money.
time. He can-
So we wanted to identify a market where that transaction fee is the most prevalent. And that's how we decided on our market being the 3 million Indians in Dubai. Because he has expertise over in that part of the world.
All right, cool.
UAE.
A lot of really interesting issues floating around in your idea and your approach. So let's hear from the judges.
A really unique approach to trying to solve a problem. What I really liked about it is that, you know, sometimes when we come up with ideas, we only look in our own environment. We're only looking in the United States. And you're actually going beyond the borders of our country to find a need somewhere else with a very large population. And so that's very unique, so I really appreciated that. What some of my questions are around, are you looking at a user-to-user application, so someone in Dubai transfers directly to an individual in India, or is it a software platform that you're selling to a bank or another institution?
Our idea is the process. So we're going to use already existing platforms and just the process in order to use them in a certain way that allows our end consumers to trade money efficiently.
Have you thought about any regulatory issues that you're going to have to deal with in terms of financial security?
For one of our next steps, we have to go in and dive deeper into the regulations. But the regulations that piqued our interest the most was that in order to be a broker, so that's if we created the platform ourselves, then we would have to be in the banking industry for 30 plus years.
Well, it's a great idea. Actually, it's something that hit close to home for me as well, personally. I want to start off with some clarification questions. So your end user, or I guess for now, you're targeting the banks and other financial institutions like PayPal, commercial banks.
Yes.
To start
so
with?
To clarify, to start with, we are targeting the 3 million Indians working at the hard labor jobs over in Dubai. So those currently is our target. Once we prove the concept, we're going to talk to banks.
I think you mentioned during your pitch, price or you're trying to eliminate the fees, reduce or eliminate.
We would like to eliminate, but we would plan on reducing the fees enough where it's a few cents versus a few dollars.
So right now, you're currently targeting or looking at transactions between Dubai and India, correct? Do you expect in the future to expand it for transactions between other countries?
Yes, we know the fees based on the immigrants from Dubai to India is over a 12-month period. So they're paying fees every month. So that's why we're targeting this population. But if we discover within our research a different population closer to home or closer to his home, which is France, that runs into the same issues, we will look into that as well.
Well, Ben, I'd first like to say that I like your enthusiasm, your drive toward this global problem. I mean, as Rich said, like a lot of people just are concerned with like their country more than a global perspective like you are. My question is, you are trying to piggyback off existing. I'll say like existing accounts within the market. So how are you going to save people money when if you're saying I can do this for a little bit cheaper, what's stopping the bigger companies from doing the same thing you're doing?
Once we figure out the process, we're going to patent it. So that's one of the big ways we can stop them from copying us. Also, we will be doing the research into looking into this. And right now, we haven't been able to find anywhere information on other people looking into using already existing platforms. Major banks are looking into creating the platforms themselves in order to do this. We're trying to get into the market sooner to skip over banks who are trying to do it from scratch.
So Benjamin Miles, great job. Thank you so much. Good
Thank
luck
you.
for the next part of our show. And now it's time to meet our next contestant.
Hi, I'm Josh DeSouza. I'm a double major in business and business information systems from Eastern Connecticut State University. Have you ever noticed that your reality is different from other people's perceptions? I'm here to solve that problem.
Please welcome Josh DeSouza to Pitch Perfect with his idea called Buddy. Josh, you're on the spot. You've got 2 minutes. Go.
Don't you wish there was a way to help you out when you need it? That's where Buddy comes in. Buddy is a system that allows you to select a personal assistant for yourself. If you're anything like me, your room is a mess. Your car is a mess. Your life, that's a totally different story. For some of you, carrying large books to class is a problem. For some of you, loading things in and out of your car is a problem. For some of you, carrying projectors and screens and other things to special events is a problem. That's where Buddy comes in. Buddy will allow you to select from a pool of applicants that have a similar skill set to what you need. If you need someone a little bit more technical to come in and send emails, you can find that. If you need someone a little bit burlier to help you carry large trees out of your pickup truck, you can do that. If you need someone who's a little bit more cleanly to help you clean your office, your room, your car, I don't know about your life, but you can find that with Buddy. In addition to finding these applicants that will allow you to manage your life more smoothly, think about this. The gardening industry is a $36.9 billion industry. That's with a B. Think about how Buddy can transform the gardening industry. If you go out and you're using a little trowel to shovel or using a big shovel to shovel, or you're planting shrubs or planting trees or what have you, with Buddy, you can find the help when you need it. You can find people that have expertise when you need it. You can find people who have strength and knowledge when you need it. That's where Buddy comes in. Buddy will transform industries across many platforms. You can think of gardening. You can think of automotive. You can think of training. You can think of anything, and Buddy can help you do it.
Josh, thank you. That was great. That was great. I clearly need a buddy. So let's learn a little bit more about that. And let's hear from our judges.
Is this an app actually? Are you planning on developing an app?
So initially we would start it out as more of like a database where you could find people, and then we could transition into an app to fit the generation of millennials today.
Is this process being vetted? Because I kind of see a security risk.
When you would apply similar as you would apply to a job board. So you'd have your list of skills, summary of qualifications, and you would apply for a specific position. After you apply, they'd be like, okay, I have 3 or 4 people that fit this. I want to select this person. And in addition to when you apply, you would also be vetted through like a background check. And you'd also have to do a 2-factor identification. We'd have to send a picture of your face into the database and then another picture of yourself doing some kind of movement to know it's actually who you are.
First of all, Josh, great presentation.
Thank you.
Love the way you explained the business idea, and I need a buddy in my life, personally, okay? There's a student that walks past me all the time, and every time she sees me, she says one word: shambles, Professor Deal, shambles. My life is in shambles. I need help. So my question is, who is Buddy targeted towards? Can anyone use Buddy, or is this just for college students? So who are you targeting with Buddy? Can I use Buddy?
So the ideal consumer would be like a busy professional. So it'd be somewhere between the ages of 21 to about 35. But 21 to 65 is a huge market, and Buddy could also help, you know, senior citizen or, you know, someone a little bit older, you know, picking up the kids or what have you.
In one definition, or maybe even just one word, what differentiates Buddy from being considered a job search engine?
It's not a consistent period of time. So like, let's say you apply for a position, I don't know, like Eastern or Travelers or UNH or Cigna or what have you. You're applying, you're going through an interview process and what have you, and you're with that company for anywhere from 6 months to 35 years. Buddy would be like a one-time, couple-hour deal, and when you go through it and you want to find who you want, you would select how long you would need them for, what days you would need them for, and what have you. So it's a little bit different from a job search.
I agree. This was a very, very nice presentation, very clear and to the point of what you're presenting to the market. I kept thinking of Uber, but for people. So instead of my phone having little cars driving all around, where are the cars?
Right.
Where are the strong guys? Where are the cleanup guys? Where is this?
Right.
But it's the same to me, and if that's what you're thinking, it's a similar model. How much are they willing to pay to do the job, including their transport time and their travel time?
For me, I would pay someone $100 to go clean my room because, like, you know, the time and all that stuff. But I know, like, for my family, like, I've mowed their lawn. It's like $15, $20 a piece to do something like that. So, I mean, I don't know if that's similar to what the market would be like, but I think by having this, we could almost allow, like, the buyers and the sellers to kind of set their own prices. And so, like, let's say, you know, you have someone who wants their car cleaned is willing to pay $25, but you have someone else who wants to pay $50. The people that want to make the $50 would go and do that job versus people, and you kind of let the market decide what the price would be.
Just one other thing to touch upon the security. Maybe a suggestion you could do is kind of like half now or half up front and then half once the job is done. Because I see as a security risk is people can say, oh, I need help mowing the lawn, I'll pay someone $100. And then someone sends them $100, but then they'll just take the money and be, oh, I don't need help anymore.
Thank you, Josh. That
Thank
was
you.
really a great discussion, really interesting, so
Thank you.
super. So now we're going to have you join Benjamin off stage, and the judges are going to deliberate.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
All right, judges, it's up to you. Now, here we have two technology-based ideas, business ideas, very different applications, and I think very different presentations. So I'm going to toss this over to you. Let the deliberation begin.
Okay, guys, so we had two wonderful presentations. Let's start off with Ben and his business crypto.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
Well, I thought the idea was intriguing. The market is huge.
Sure.
How many international money transfers are there on every minute across the world? So it's a huge opportunity from a number of transactions. The part that I wasn't clear about was how he was going to make his money.
I wonder if he's actually done like a patent search, because probably I guess people from the banks have actually already patented something like that, maybe just not have implemented it yet.
I love the fact that, you know, he's looking at it from an international standpoint. You know, it's very rare these days that you do hear business ideas being, you know, pitched with an international aspect. The one thing that I'm still not clear about, again, and you mentioned it already, you know, how does he make his money? And again, what's stopping the big guys from doing the same thing? So even if he gets it patented, or
Right.
you know, there's some something proprietary about it, what's stopping the major players, you know, from doing the same thing? And then even beyond that, to target these commercial banks now. Yeah, I think his best bet would be to not target the commercial banks, to not target Western Union. You know, I think he should create his own platform and you know, operate it himself. Joshua and Buddy.
And Buddy.
Yeah, I really like this one actually. I thought it was it was well thought out. He presented it really well, and even though it does face challenges just like the other one, but I feel like it could be a viable product. I mean, similar products out there are kind of like an Angie's List, sorry,
Sure.
or
Sure.
a Craigslist.
Sure.
But I think it has a unique aspect to it that if he can perfect it, it could be a viable product.
Right.
He's playing into this gig economy that's so hot, and everybody's getting involved, and it allows people to, on the supplier end, to make money in their spare time.
Yeah.
It-
And one thing about it as well, if you look at the consumer market right now, less commitment, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but less commitment is probably preferred. All right, guys, you think we've made a decision?
Sounds like we have.
All right, welcome back, contestants. This is the big moment. The judges have made their decision. I have to tell you, in seeing a lot of these deliberations, this was one of the longest, more intense deliberations that I've seen. So congratulations to you both. So judges, what's your decision?
Have we made a decision? We're good? Okay. It was a very difficult decision, but we have come to a consensus.
Okay.
The contestants moving on to the next round is Joshua.
Congratulations, Joshua.
Thank you.
Feedback for both, please.
So Ben, we thought your the business opportunity was huge. We thought that what was not communicated was more of the how are you going to do this, and what makes you different from other people from a technology point of view, and what barriers you're going to have to cross to enter that market. We also thought that your presentation could have been a little crisper from not looking at the paper. So when you go and pitch this again, have it all up here, and just convey the passion that you have for this in the pitch itself, because it's clear that you're passionate about this, and that you're addressing a worldwide need, and you're going to be successful.
Well, that's it from the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. Thank you for joining us today in this first round of Pitch Perfect. Make sure to tune in next time, and remember, make it yours, make it real, and keep on pitching. Thank you.